All right, so here I have a pair of Beats headphones that I have had for a while now, and one of the things that was unfortunate about them was that over time I didn't even use them that much, but the fake leather ear pads on them started peeling and kind of falling apart, and pretty soon it was pretty nasty, and they looked really nasty, and they were coming off and so forth. Eventually, I ended up taking off the faux leather, and I just had these ugly foam pads there and so forth. Recently, I just checked online, see if I could get some replacements. I saw a video on replacing them and so forth. So I went ahead and looked it up, found a great little company, a cushion pad company that makes them for this device. I believe it's called Wicked Cushions. And they're supposed to be better than the originals, specifically designed for my Beats headphones. These are the Beats Solo 3 wireless headphones. You can also plug them in with a phone jack as well. Bluetooth headphones, and they come with a nice piece of set of instructions, and very well laid out and very clear. It starts off with common mistakes, and then it tells you how to properly install them with those instructions there. The key to these headphones is that gray plastic piece on the headphones needs to come off. And there's a new one on the new set of headphones. And so that has to come off. And then underneath that is going to be some adhesive. And we're going to take that adhesive off. And then we're going to pull the protective strip off the back for the adhesive, and then apply them to the headphones. It's a pretty simple process. And it doesn't take a terribly long amount of time. The other key features that they want you to know is that the seam on the headphones needs to go on the bottom, towards the bottom. That's the bottom of the headphone. There are a couple of knobs, pins that are alignment pins on the headphones that align the cushions. And so the alignment does need to be correct in order to match up with those two little pins on the headphones. It's not really a complicated process, pretty simple project. The new cushions are supposed to be comfort foam. I don't know if they're memory foam but they're supposed to be cooling. They're supposed to be hold less heat, be better at cooling the ears, because that's one thing that happens with headphones, obviously, is that they get really hot on your ears. Your ears tend to be a little warmer anyway. And so when you're wearing them for a long period of time, your ears get hot, which I think is what degrades the cushions and everything and causes them to fall apart in the first place. So just taking a knife, taking this, we'll call it a knife. It's a pry tool. And just work your way around, slide it in there, start releasing that glue. Now, this glue isn't very tight, and so you don't have to use heat or anything like that to do it. But just slide it in there, cut through the adhesive, and pry off that gray plastic piece that's there. And the key is to just go slow, take your time. You do not want to break off those pins because they're helpful for aligning the new pair of headphones. Keeps them from sliding around and so forth. So you want to be careful as you move around those pins. Once it comes off, you have this very sticky, gooey adhesive that's left behind, and you're going to have to take that off with some alcohol, and we'll do that in a little bit here. So just working both sides, and it doesn't take long. I believe the pads cost me $19 without shipping, and so picked them up on Amazon. The company has a website, but they also sell on Amazon. Once again, we're just going to cut through that adhesive. So it's like the adhesive is kind of like a tape, and or it is a tape, basically, that you just got to pull off. It'll come off in large sheets if you're careful and use the tweezers. I'm using a very sharp tweezers there and kind of just grabbing onto it, pulling it. The key with pulling adhesive off is that you want to bend it over on top of itself and then pull it at a flat angle. And so you're not pulling up, you're pulling back on it. And that seems to allow you to pull the adhesive off without constantly breaking it off and so forth. And so I'm just twisting it up on these tweezers and pulling it off very gently and very firmly, pulling that adhesive off. We're just going to get 95% of the adhesive off, but there's about a 5% that's still going to be there. One of the downsides to adhesive tapes is that over time they become gooey and oil-like. They kind of have they leave kind of an oily residue behind. They stop adhesing, and they start getting gets real slimy and starts moving around a little bit. Seems to be kind of par for the course for this stuff, so it has to be replaced. It's a little bit of a tedious job taking the adhesive off and then cleaning it up. And the key is that you want to get the adhesive completely off and the surface completely dry, prepped, and clean, because that oily substance, the new tape will not stick to that oily substance that's left behind. So it has to be completely clean, otherwise your new adhesive is not going to do the job that you expect it to do. This is a pair of headphones that I own. I've owned for a while, and I really like them. I mean, they do have some really good sound to them, and I really enjoy using them, especially when I'm editing videos and listening to music at my computer. I don't usually use them beyond that. I prefer to use in-ear headphones, Bluetooth headphones with my phone and stuff like that. But they're very good for listening to quiet sounds and quiet audio at my desk. So here I've got the alcohol pads, and I've got the bottle there has alcohol in it, rubbing alcohol. So what you want to use is 91% rubbing alcohol, or medical grade alcohol. You can buy that at Walgreens. It's $5, but it needs to be 91%. The reason is 91% alcohol will not damage electronics. You want to get that 91%. And I use these pads, and then I just squirt the rubbing alcohol onto the pads and for the cleaning process. So you can see how sticky that glue is. Some of that pad is sticking to the headphone there, but we'll get that all off. So that little bottle I picked up at Hobby Lobby. I was looking for it. It's actually a paint applicator bottle, and I went to Hobby Lobby. They're the only ones that had them. So it's in the paint department. They're like painting supplies, as in painting art, oil paintings, acrylic paintings, that kind of a thing. I was very happy how easy it was to find it. They are less than, I bought like a 2-pack bottle set, and what it's called a needle point applicator bottle. It's got a little cap that sticks to the bottle as well, which is very helpful because obviously alcohol evaporates rapidly. Like a 2-bottle package was like a couple bucks. It was really, really inexpensive. One bottle, there's a bigger bottle and a smaller bottle in a package together. And I'm just using the bigger bottle. I found that when using alcohol out of this bottle, you don't use a lot of it because it's got that needlepoint applicator, so you're not wasting any alcohol at all. So that's a good thing. I do have the other one there, but I haven't filled it up at all or used it. I just used the one applicator bottle, and it seems to do the trick for me. Right now, I'm just cleaning around those pins that are on the headphones there, and which is where it was the hardest place to get the glue off because you couldn't just wipe over the top of those pins. And so ended up with a few balls of glue kind of falling down into the speaker area. I just decided to go ahead and grab those with my tweezers and pull them out. and that way I wouldn't have anything so my speakers will continue to work properly. So we're just gonna, it's kind of sticky like a booger, these little balls of glue. Now for the other side, gonna do the same thing. On this side, there was a little piece of paper right there on the headphone, and try not to get that too wet. I got it a little wet and it started to fall apart a little bit, so I tried to avoid that as much as possible, but I don't think it's detrimental if it comes off or anything. I'm not sure why it's there, but here I'm trying to figure out how to secure the headphones while I get ready to apply the new foam pads to the surface here. And you see I pulled off the protective covering on the glue and lined up the pins. It was a little fiddly to get those pins in place properly. It won't set flush until you get it into those pins, obviously. Making sure that the seam's at the bottom of the headphones. And so I wanted to press it down firmly all the way around and get it fit in there. So it was took a second to find those holes and push it in. But that plastic piece is already applied to, is already on the back side there. That gray plastic piece is a part of the headphone pads. And then there's just a adhesive ring on the back side of them, so that you'll apply it just the way it was applied at the factory. And so you see that tab there. Pull the tab, get the gray ring with adhesive on it, and then you simply apply it. There is a right side and a left side ear pad because there is a charging port on the headphones. So you have to keep that in mind. Make sure you have the right pads on the right side, on the correct sides and so forth. Did a little try on my head and to see how that went. And then they recommend that you take a set of books and set them up and then put the headphones onto the books like the books are wearing the headphones, and leave them on there for like 12 hours to set that glue, and the adhesive will set permanently onto the headphones. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I went and grabbed a couple of books, and I ended up adding a few more books to it because I wanted it nice and wanted a firm pressure on the ear pads while they set. I ended up leaving them set for a couple of days, kept forgetting to grab them and take them back to my office. Thanks for watching the video, and if you don't mind, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.